Hi guys, Tim here from South Oz Hobby Hunter. Now, unless you've been living under a rock for the last few weeks, you will know that a lot of companies out there are doing the Black Friday sales. And my friends at Olight are no exception to that. They're starting their Black Friday sale at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Times today, the 17th of November. And it runs until midnight on the 4th of December. So there's plenty of times to jump on their website, have a look around, see what sort of sales they've got, and if you want, pick up a really good deal. Now, if they have an item there that you can't get on sale, you can always use my code, which is SOHH12, which will give you 12% off any non-sale items. So for the Black Friday sales, Olight have sent me the new Marauder Mini2 torch. Now this torch is a great multi-purpose torch. Now it's not specific for hunting or any everyday carry type situation. This torch is more of an all-rounders type torch, great for camping, great for fishing, bushwalking. It's just a multi-purpose torch. Why? Because it has so many really good features on it and that make it versatile. So what do you get? Comes in this really nice hard plastic case. It's waterproof, it's got the breather on it, so it's not going to gain humidity. You open it up. Inside the box you have your instruction manual and warranty card. You have a nice lanyard, and then you have the torch. Now this torch, this one here, comes in orange, but you can also get it in black and in a dark blue. I had a look online and the dark blue looks really nice. The black, well, you can't go wrong with black. However, the nice burnt orange torch, I would call it, you're not going to lose that sitting out while you're out camping. So first of all, when you get this torch, it will come with a protective plastic lens cover. So you need to remove that. I already have, because I've been playing with it quite a bit. Also, in the back of the torch, unscrew the battery compartment, and there's a plastic strip that protects the battery from discharging whilst it's in transit. The battery itself is quite a large battery. It is a 7,500 milliamp hour battery. You can get these on the Olight website, and you can get a spare one if you want to carry a couple around with you. So the torch itself, as I said, it's quite robust. It's not overly long, but it is quite heavy and it is quite large in size, but it has great features, as I said. Charging it, as always, it's got the Olight magnetic charger. However, they don't supply the charger with it. You can buy extras online, but if you own any Olight torches at home already, you've probably got plenty of those magnetic chargers lying about. That being said, on the base of the torch, oops, we'll bring it down, is this little opening there. It also closes off to protect any dust or dirt getting in there, but you open that up and you have a USB-C charging port. So if you've got a USB charging cable, plug it into a USB-C, plug the USB-C charger into the bottom of the battery and into any USB port. Or, and this is one of the features that I quite like about the Marauder 2 Mini, it comes with this beautiful lanyard. You press the little clip on the back of the lanyard and it comes apart, and it becomes a USB-C to USB-C charging cable. So you can charge your charge your torch using this, and once you're finished with it, it just clips back together and it's mounted on your torch. So you're always going to have this handy if you need to charge your torch. When you're charging the torch, if you're using the magnetic base, the magnetic charging cable will glow red when charging and turn green when it's fully charged. When you're charging the USB-C, the little light indicators on the side will light up and they will flash as they slowly charge up. It is also an indication of your battery level. So if you've got 4 green lights, like this one does, you've got at above 75% charge in your battery. With 3 lights, it's 50%. At 2 lights, it's 25%. At 1 light, it's 10%. And if that 1 light turns red, then you're less than 10% battery charge in your torch. On the other side is your light indicator. So you've got your batteries on one side and so batteries on that side, and this is your light intensity. And that will show you what power level you've got your torch set at. The torch features, as I said, very multi-purpose. So first of all, it has a floodlight, a spotlight, and a combination of the two. So for the lights, what have you got? Well, as I said, this is very multi-purpose. So we'll turn the torch on and we'll set it down on the lower setting so it doesn't blind you. So we have our floodlight, and then a switch on the back there. If you move it to the center position, becomes the flood and spotlight combination, and you slide it one step further forward and it just becomes the spotlight. If you want to switch over to what they call the side light. So this little side light, if you sit it down on the table, it puts out quite a bit of light. So if you're sitting down camping or fishing, so you can see what hook you're baiting up, that is a very little handy light to have. And the final light selection is a red light. So once again, you've got so many different choices. If you want to use your white light, you can. If you want to save your night vision, if you're walking around bushwalking, you can walk around using the red light. Now, each light has 5 levels of intensity. You have your moonlight level, then you have your low, your medium, your high, and then your super high, or your turbo. On the maximum output, this will put out 10,000 lumens of light in the floodlight mode, and it will shine a beam out using the spotlight mode out to 750 meters approximately. So, as I said, it's not a great spotting torch. If you're wanting to use it for spotting foxes and that, it will do the job, but it won't be great. There are other torches that will do the job better. But this one will give you the spotlight, the floodlight, the little side light, the red light. So it's versatile, and you can use it to do whatever you need to do around the campsite, around the fishing, or bushwalking, or even just around the home. So how much would you expect to pay for this torch? Well, recommended retail price is $329.95, and that's Australian dollars. So if you buy it during the Black Friday sale, the price you'll pay for this is $263.96 Australian dollars. So you get quite a savings on the torch. Is it worth it? Yes, very much so. It is a very handy little torch. The run times on this vary depending on what mode of torch you're using and what intensity you've got it set at. But it is quite a big battery and it will last quite a long time. Finally, I will go over one other feature, is it has a lock mode. So if you don't want to inadvertently turn your torch on while it's in your bag or your pocket, there are 2 different modes. Now I've got this one set on the momentary switch. So all you need to do is, with your control knob or your power button, press and hold it for a second and the light will turn on. Press it again quickly and it will turn off. Now you can change that by putting a charger onto it and pressing your control button quickly 15 times, and it will change the lock feature to having to rotate the bezel or the light control switch at least 60 degrees, and that will disengage the lock feature. After 10 seconds of not using the torch, it'll automatically lock the torch again. So you'll have to unlock the torch after 10 seconds of not using it. It also has a double tap. If you turn it on, double tap and it'll go to maximum power, as with most Olight torches. Press it again. If you triple tap it in the floodlight only mode, it'll go into a strobe mode. So we go to 3 and we go into strobe. Press it again, it turns off. Now you only get the strobe in the floodlight mode in white light. You don't get it on the spot or red light or even the side light. With the maximum power button where you double tap it and it goes to maximum power, that works on all modes of torches. So whether it's the red light, the side light, the flood or the spot or the combination flood spot, you can go to maximum output or lumen output by quickly double tapping the power switch, turn it on and double tap the power switch and it'll go to your maximum output. So as I said, very nice little torch, great for multi-purpose usage. If you're looking at getting one for camping, I would recommend getting one of these. They're a great little torch. A little bit heavy, but you expect that due to the weight of the battery. So yeah, I'll chuck up a link. Go and have a look. See if you see anything else on the Olight website that you like. And if you do, pick it up and say good day. So until next time, guys, stay safe, keep calm, and gently squeeze the trigger. And I do promise to have another hunting video out very shortly.